Hi, Janice.
Hi, Mike.
I'm Mike with Advanced RV, and this is Janice.
Hi.
And we're in Wahroonga. And Janice, you configured this with the clients, right?
Yes. They currently have an advanced RV, and they know that the way that they cook is actually forward of the sink. There's not a lot of room forward of the sink. So they put another counter on the driver's side. This actually wasn't the main objective over here. The main objective was to have a big window visible, but it lent itself for extra counter space.
So they really wanted an open kind of room in the front.
Oh yeah, that was very important to them. Another thing that we did in this build that's different is if you open this drawer, it's actually a charging drawer, which seems kind of, seems like we would have done something like this before, but this is the first time.
That's cool. So there are 4 outlets in the back of that drawer. Mm-hmm. And do you have to turn switches to get those powered? Or,
Nope,
they're powered all the time.
They're powered all the time.
Whenever the inverter's on, they're powered, huh?
Yes. So in order to have more window exposed, we put the microwave underneath the galley, which works perfectly for these clients. So these clients wanted a table that just folds in place where they're going to use it. They didn't want to have to take it apart and put it back together. And they also wanted it to reach both the driver and the passenger seat swiveled, which I think it does a nice job of.
How do you get rid of the table?
I'll show you. There's 2 buttons on the underside, and the whole thing folds down.
Pretty cool. And then this chair here, that's actually storage.
One of the big reasons for this ottoman, there's a lot of space right here when the table is down, and so it was just a way to add extra storage, and it's multi-functional, being able to be used as a seat, somewhere to put your feet up, and extra storage.
And it hooks right into the wall, so it can't move around. They
had seen the windows that we typically install in a B-box that come with a screen shade combo, and they wanted something like that. We went through a few different iterations of things that could be placed on the window, and in the end came up with this shade that works really well, clean lines, matches the walls almost perfectly.
Yeah, and if you look to the back of the van here, all the windows, the shades are block light, and there are no valances or anything to bring the walls in.
We did make these mattresses. There was a lot of objectives with this bed. The first one, and probably their most important objective, was that they wanted to fit bikes underneath the bed. So we had to raise the bed to fit the specific brand of bikes that they have, which we were able to do. This bed is raised a little bit higher than we typically would like because there's not a lot of space from the top of the mattress to the ceiling. However, when we developed the bed and we let the clients know the amount of space that they had, they realized that that was the same amount of space that they have underneath their dining room table. So they spent some time underneath their table and decided that they were comfortable and that we could proceed. They're not going to use this space as a hangout space. They're not going to use it for seating. It's strictly a bedroom. And so they wanted it to look like a bedroom. So they asked us to cover the mattresses in a way that would look like a home mattress is covered. And they're going to buy bedding to make it more homey and bedroom-like.
Excellent.
One of the owners gets uncomfortable often throughout the night as she's sleeping and needs to change position. And not only rolling over back and forth, but changing elevation helps. And so the initial conversation was that it was just going to be her side that articulates, and it had to articulate easily with the touch of a button because it's in the middle of the night. She couldn't get up, do a lawn chair type ratchet up and down, and then get back in bed. So we figured out how we were going to cut the mattress, how we were going to make the frame, and how we were going to articulate it. And then we thought, well, why not just make it on both sides because we can. And so we did.
How far up do they go? Well, almost city up straight. We needed to have a way to more conveniently get into the bed. And so how did that happen? How did this design happen?
They knew that ideally the step would come off of the bathroom wall. Beyond that, they left it open for us to decide the best way to do it.
You know what, I'm just amazed at how compact this is, and when you push the top in, there's no way it rattles. We don't sell rattles with these, do we?
No.
There's no way it rattles, and then when it comes down, there's even a little friction so that it doesn't come down real hard. Janice, I love the look of this from the outside. I love the color, the black stone guard, chip guard on the lower parts, the ladder, and then the roof rack. And who made the roof rack? Who designed it?
Myron designed the roof rack, and Dave, our welder, fabricated it.
Is this an adventure van?
It's their adventure van, yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
We have bike storage. On a tray, so it's easy to load and unload the bikes.
And the tray locks in different positions. This rail and the tray has a 500-pound capacity. They have 2 bikes?
They have 2 bikes, and we're going to put bike mounts in here when they come for delivery.
Will the bikes go in with their front wheels on, or will they come off and the forks will mount on the...
They're going to fork mount.
They'll probably put their wheels in there. There's USB ports and plug-ins, outlets on both sides. So, and people might say, why do you want USBs in the back? Well, if you're a biker, a road biker, you've got bike lights that are rechargeable. You have a bike computer that's rechargeable. And it's so handy to throw them on the shelf here, plug them in, and when you're ready to go, you've got power.
Everything's right there.
They thought about all that stuff and shared their thoughts with us, and you configured it.
And the team made it happen.
What are these motor starters for, Janice?
This is so that they can operate the screen while they're in bed, because part of the screen, they want to sleep with the doors open and the screen down, and part of their screen will act as a headboard for those situations. So at about this level, it's a solid material, and that's going to be their headboard so that they can sleep with the windows or with the doors open.
And then if they're all zipped all the way down, this is connected to the zipper. They can grab the rope and unzip the zipper. Janice, this is awesome. It's always fun to hear what the client's objectives were, and you and Liz do such a great job with listening and listening and listening, and then bringing the guys in and saying, hey, this is what these guys want to do. Can we be sure to do it?
Yes, it's fun hearing everybody's objectives and stories, and we can't wait to hear more.
Thank you.
Thank you.